Alright, Ghostbusters fans, we're continuing, or finishing up rather, our look at Wave 3 of the Kenner Real Ghostbusters collection, and it's going to be the role play. And in Wave 3 they had one of the classic, most iconic role plays for this line, and that is going to be the Proton Pack. The Proton Pack from Kenner came with more than just the Proton Pack and the Neutrino Wand. It also came with a PKE meter. It came with an armband. It came with a proton stream. It came with an ID card. So it was kind of like a ghost busting kit. So really cool. Really excited to take a look at this one. I got a pristine copy here for everyone with the stickers and the best shape they could possibly be because it was in storage forever. We'll go through all the little ins and outs of this. And then let's take a look at comparing it to the modern pack produced by Hasbro. That would be the HasLab Ghostbusters Afterlife pack, as the 84 pack is not out yet, got delayed until May. But it's not really apples and oranges because this is the real Ghostbusters pack, which is completely different. But it's just nice to see how toys have evolved in 40 years. So let's get into it. Well, first, we're going to need to take a more expansive view because it's quite large. Let's take a look at our pack itself. Now, there is no Alice frame on this. Back then, we just had these straps, and I cannot wear it. I am not big enough. We just had these straps, a little bit of detail on the inside here for kids to put on. I don't think they were adjustable. Or, oh, actually, I'm sorry, they were. There's a little buckle at the top, so you could make them a little bit tighter. We had our wand that came off of the mount here, and then you could see all the stickers basically filling out the cyclotron and the bumper here. We had stickers in the top. Not really sure what this Triforce was here, but you can see a little mechanical sticker here. Yeah, this was basically all the stickers on this thing. These are not repros, these are brand new. They only look brand new because they've been preserved forever. So this is pretty much what they look like when they were pristine. Same with the one over here where we had a little Ghostbuster symbol on the side. You had your buttons on the top here on the wand and this little gem button on the side there. So this had a little flexible rubber hose, although this is getting pretty hard. It kind of toughens over the years, loses its rubber. I guess it just dries out. And then it had a little sound to it. You hear that? That was your zapping sound from the proton stream. The fun thing about this is the stream would attach here, and you'd have your little foam proton stream. You could pretend you were busting ghosts, essentially. So that was it really for the mainline equipment there. And the other piece that you had of the pack was the PKE meter. Now this would attach right here. So it would clip on to your pack and be a little addendum to it. Now, a lot of equipment in the Real Ghostbusters one on the pack, the trap one on the pack, and we'll get to the trap later. It actually does show you how you can attach it onto this hook so you can hold your trap on here as well. But you know, the equipment their pack was kind of like the holder, the catch-all. You can see a little ghost here on the meter. It had a little clip here so you could put it on your belt buckle. It had, a lot of people only have these two. They're like, what's that third thing? This broke off of a lot of people's PKE meters, but this is what the full PKE meter looks like, being right at the top here. So it had a little dial on the back. None of these dials here work. So the dial would rotate and make this rotate here. Now you had this little knob here. This would turn and make a little clicking noise as you adjusted it back and forth to whatever fake setting you're putting it on. But not bad. It was a pretty cool PKE meter at the time. To be a kid and to have a proton pack and a PKE meter in a set, that's awesome. But they didn't stop there. They also gave you this pretty cool armband. So if you had your, overalls or whatever you were wearing at the time, you would just pop this on there. There's no way I'm getting it around my bicep, maybe my wrist. You would just pop this on there and click it in place, and then it would just, wear on your arm, essentially. So pretty cool that this was part of the, like I said, it was like a whole equipment set. Like it was a starter kit for busting ghosts. And then last but not least, you got this ID card. The ID card, I'll give you a close-up here. You write your name, your address, and phone number on it. It's kind of like a bag tag almost. But this was your ID card as being a real Ghostbuster. So you had quite a bit there in this set. It wasn't bad. A lot of kids had them. I mean, I remember almost every kid on my block had this set. It's pretty common now to find it on the secondary market. You're looking at maybe 120 bucks around there to get this full set, maybe 150 with the box. So it's not crazy expensive for vintage toy because it's very common. So don't overpay for this. And people were like, rare proton pack. It's not rare. It might be a little harder to find the foam because you can see this one deteriorating a little bit. These didn't hold up as well, but it's not impossible to find, so don't pay crazy prices on it. But once again, I do just want to bring your attention. I'll bring you in a little closer here for the detail on this guy. You can see all the hoses on here, the screws. Like, they did put a little bit of detail in the molding, and that is pretty cool for being that. I think this was 86. This came out, or no, I'm sorry, this was the third wave. So this was an 88, 87 or 88. Was in that time window. I want to say 87. But yeah, for that time period, like, we didn't get a whole lot of stuff with super detail on it. So this is pretty cool. It was fun. It's super lightweight. It's hollow. So it's just easy to carry around all day. Not like a real pack. I do have an all metal pack. I think we have a video where I compared that one when we were doing the Afterlife review of the HasLab. And those weigh like 60, 70 pounds. So this is kind of nice to not have a heavy pack, particularly if you were a kid at the time. But yeah, I mean, it still had a lot of the hallmarks, although it should really be going this way. Oh, it does go this way. Yeah, maybe I had it on wrong before. Because you want to grab that handle when you're reaching over your shoulder and pull that out, just like in the movie. And yeah, I think it looks really sharp. And if you get the cord in here, then it doesn't flap around. So it stays right there, the hose. So yeah, this is a very cool pack, even today. I love it. It's the only like mass-produced real Ghostbusters pack to date. Kind of crazy. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Hasbro would give us one in the future. Maybe. They just did an 84 pack. We'll see. That would be a drastic redesign. Probably get an 89 pack before we get this. But anyway, this is your look at the HasLab, or I'm sorry, the Kenner Real Ghostbusters Proton Pack. Now let's take a little quick moment to look at this compared to the HasLab Afterlife Pack. Like I said, it's not quite apples to apples. I mean, night and day between the difference here on where we've come in toy development in 40 years. I mean, you get a fully functional, fairly screen accurate version of a Proton Pack based on Afterlife here. I mean, it has lights and sounds, and see my battery. Yeah, my battery's still working on this one. So it's drastically different than what we have here for the Real Ghostbusters pack. I mean, the size it's made for. Turn this off. Sorry. The size it's made for adults. It's significantly more money. I can't remember how much this was back in the day. I want to say it was like 20 bucks or less. And this is, this was $400, I think, for the HasLab on this one. So drastically different. It has the components on there. These are mostly plastic on here. There's some metal inlay, but drastically different on what you could do with it. And again, yeah, if we had something like this as kids, it would have been insane. Same with the PKE meter. I mean, this is your Real Ghostbusters one. This is from the two in the box, which was also based on Afterlife. But yeah, you could definitely see a lot more crafting. Again, lights, sounds, all that. Check out our review of the two in the box. But it'd be lovely to get a modern version of this in toy form as a HasLab or something, but it's still pretty cool. But yeah, as you can see, it's just not even there comparison-wise. Like, you could fit like 2 or 3 of these inside of this full-size pack over here, but just gives you an idea. Fun even to just have a new version of this for kids. If they brought back even just the classic mold, just so kids could get a chance to dress up with their parents as well. But that's where that's where we are. This is 1987 or 88, and then this was 2021 or 2022 when this came out. I think it was probably closer to 22. I could be wrong. Could have been a little later than that, but yeah, I mean, this is the difference between the two. But there you have it. This was fun today. These are just fun. I absolutely love the role-playing stuff on Kenner, and it's going to get more fun after this. I promise. They got some really cool ones that were actually inspired by the films or the show. And then they got some more bizarre ones I don't recall ever seeing anywhere, but you know, they made it into the line. But this is kind of core. Like, you needed this as a kid. This was your Ghostbusting Equipment 101, your ID card, the pack, the PKE meter, everything. And even I love that sound. It really just captured it all. So this was just amazing. Under your tree as a kid, if this was there, you were like, yes, I'm a Ghostbuster now. So just a little classic piece of toy collecting history there. So that's all for this time. This wraps up Wave 3. We're getting to Wave 4. One of my favorite lines, because it's got the Haunted Humans in Wave 4. And that was just a really fun line where they started getting really creative. So we'll be checking that out. I believe there's some other fun surprises in that wave as well. And it only gets more colorful from there. So just tune back for that as we do that next month. We'll be exploring the Haunted Humans along with the rest of Wave 4. And then we keep going. We got 10 waves, a lot of characters to cover, a lot of role-playing items to cover, a lot of vehicles to cover. We'll be covering it all here, so just keep tuning back for those segments each month as we do them. We'll try to keep them on Thursdays for sort of a retro throwback thing. And yeah, we're going to have more Ghostbusters news and coverage through the year because it's an anniversary year. HasLab promised some fun things, and we do have some great releases coming up. We have an Ecto-Glow Ecto. We have the Ecto-Glow Ghosts. We have the Ecto Copter. We have the Ecto-Glow Tully coming out, re-released. So beyond that, we're not sure. So we're just going to have to wait and see what is announced. And then we have that Ray from Mondo coming soon. We have another Samhain. So it's going to be a lot of Ghostbusters this year. So keep tuning back for more coverage. But that is all for this time. As always, like, subscribe, and follow. See you guys next time.